Thank you, sir. Test, test. Sorry about that, folks. We're having a little bit of technical difficulty. Trojans just scored on a Parker McCafferty jet sweep that went for 23 yards and an Andover touchdown. The score is now 14-0 with 4:58 remaining. Trojans trying onside. Ball's up in the air. And it's a fight for the ball. The Trojans appear to have it. And the red points Andover's ball. Andover recovers on the trick kick. After the onside kick, the Trojans will take over at the 42.5-yard line. The officials may be discussing how far the ball went. So far, the Trojan offense has been efficient as it can be. 2 for 2 with 2 touchdowns. Seems the ball has gone back to Valley, or a re-kick is going to happen. Valley's bringing back on the kicking unit, so are the Trojans. Set a false start on the kick up. Trojans will re-kick again, and you can tell that Valley is up and ready for an onside kick possibility. The ball's blown off the tee. You're going to have Brent Alfaro come and hold the ball. Trojans are lined up for the kickoff as Kemp sends it deep this time. He boots it out of the end zone. Valley Center will start their drive on the 20-yard line, 1st and 10. New quarterback into the game, Wyatt Lang, the 6'1" senior. Give to number 19, Larry Wilson. Gets about 3 yards, 2nd and 7. Lang in the gun. 2 wide receivers to the top of your screen. 2 backs. Hand is to number 26, Caleb Raines. Raines picks up about 3 on the carry. 2nd and 4 coming up for the Valley Center Hornets. So far, Andover's defense has been pretty proficient on defense. Not letting anybody get outside, keeping them contained. Well done.
3rd and 4 now for the Hornets. As the Trojans looking very good tonight, especially offensively. We apologize for any confusion that this may have caused as Dalton Cross with a drop on the on the far side.
Fourth and 4 for the Hornets. They appear to be punting the ball, even against the 29-mile-an-hour wind we're experiencing here in Valley Center right now. Manny is only 30 yards back.
And it looks to be a fake, as he is just a rugby-style punt up to about the 50 and bouncing back forward, and the Trojans will get it around the 48-yard line of the Hornets. Trojans looking very good tonight. Like they really want this home playoff game. And a reminder, they must win by 14 in order to gain a home playoff game.
Fonastock with the quarterback keeper.
He'll take it around the outside. He's got some room. Gains about 3 or 4 yards.
Second 7 for the Trojans. Fonastock throws to the top of the screen to Smith, just out of reach. There's a flag on the play, though. Nice late hit from Valley Center's cornerback. I believe it's number 41. 21, I apologize, Eli Klaus. It appears the officials are picking up the flag. That's the second questionable call.
The officials tonight clearly taking some away from the Trojans, as they are having a tough time gaining momentum on big plays. Fonastock's going to drop back, pressure at the middle, and he'll get rid of it. And it is caught by Aiden Hartman off the right side, 30, 25, 20, cuts it back middle, 15, just right around the 10. Excellent catch by Hartman, good throw by Fonastock.
Awesome play right there. Fonastock under pressure, getting pulled to the ground, throws off his back foot, hits Aiden Hartman, who runs for another 15. Chase Gumringer with the run. Gets down to about the 4-yard line. Nice pickups.
Second down and 4 for the Trojans.
Trojans about 4 yards from the end zone. Gumringer on the left hip of Fonastock. Aiden Hartman, the lone receiver to the bottom of your screen.
Fonastock will take it up left side. Got some room, and he's going to waltz into the end zone.
Touchdown, Trojans.
This game has been all Andover in the first quarter. 1:51 remaining, and they are about to lead 21-0 if David Kemp can put this kick through. Valley Center just looks shocked at this point, as they'll put it down, and Kemp is going to put it through.
My goodness, Kemp just kicked the ball over the fence into the field. That scoring drive puts the Trojans up 21-0 on the Hornets.
As the Trojans passing game has just been ripping the Hornets secondary. And Valley Center has little to gain on offense. This game right now looking like it could be a blowout, as the Trojans have looked really sharp on offense. And their defense not giving up much ground. And it helps with the turnover earlier in the game by Grant Stair, the strip, which led to 7. Valley has punted 2 times, and the Trojans have turned those both into points too.
Trojans look to be firing on all cylinders tonight.
Dalton Cross back deep to receive for Valley. David Kemp to kick. As this ball is up, and it looks like he's going to sail through the end zone, nearly through the uprights, in fact, as Valley Center gains possession on the 25-yard line.
Valley Center yet to throw a pass in this game.
As quarterback Wyatt Lange back in the gun, running back to his left and right, he'll take it up the middle to number, this will be 26, Caleb Raines, and he's got about 2 yards up the middle.
Caleb Raines, quite the bruiser out there, 5'10", 195.
Lange back in the gun. Looks to the sideline for the call, as Valley Center's players all seem to have the quarterback wristband to call plays. As he'll hand it off. Fake the pass, and he's gonna fall forward for about 5 yards. Larry Wilson with a nice run there.
Swan in on the tackle for the Trojans. Appears there's a timeout on the field.
Who called it? No indication has been given as to who called the timeout.
Oh, the Trojans called the timeout. Must not have had the right personnel out on the field. Minute 5 remains in the first quarter. 3rd and 4, ball on the 26-yard line as the Hornets come back out.
Lange stands back in the gun. 3rd and about 4.5. He does have to throw. It's a screen pass out to number 86, Caden Pearson. And he is going to be
right out of first down. It's going to be close.
Thinking they might have to. And nope, it's going to be 4th down.
Ball taken down to the 29-yard line.
4th and 1. Maybe even inches, as they're going to put back in number 5, Parker Schrader in at quarterback, maybe for a dive play, or maybe just to call the defense offsides. That's what it looks like it's going to be as he looks at the sideline for a play. Trojans stacked the front, and Schrader is going to do the toss out to Wilson, and he has nowhere to go. He is short. I think he's going to be stopped short.
Trojans get a big 4th down stop.
Yep, and the chains are moving the other way. Trojans are going to get their 4th first quarter possession. 55 seconds on the clock. Looking to strike here, maybe even before the quarter ends.
Pontotoc quarterback keeper.
He'll take it for about 2 yards, maybe 3.
Parker McCafferty comes onto the field. Watch him. Last time he was in, Trojans got a nice touchdown. A little jet sweep.
What I'm thinking is maybe right now they're going to use him as a decoy. Is now the whole defense knows that he's on the field.
Lined up in the slot at the top of your screen.
And this is a pass across the middle to McCafferty. Maybe some contact before. No call.
No call. Quite a bit of contact there. McCafferty wasn't able to pursue the ball and got bumped. No call. Officials not on the Trojan side.
Clearly not tonight. There have been 3 questionable calls, no calls.
12 seconds remain in the first quarter. 3rd and 9. Ball on the 28-yard line. 4 wide receivers set for the Trojans. Henrien is the lone back.
Pontotoc takes the snap, and it's going to be tipped in the air and called incomplete with 8 seconds left on the clock. They are in field goal range. Let's see, will they bring out David Kemp? And yes, they are. They're going to be kicking from the 28, which makes this a 45-yard field goal for the freshman David Kemp.
Snap good, kick is up.
And he drilled it.
Nailed it. Kemp. They said no good.
No good.
And there's a flag.
On the play. Let's see what the call is going to be.
This game is quite confusing if you ask me.
It's going to be unsportsmanlike on the Trojans. Didn't catch a number on that, but there's going to be a unsportsmanlike conduct penalty. And the officials right now have no idea what they're doing, as the ball should not be placed at the spot of the miss. It should be placed 15 yards from the 20, and they're getting that fixed.
I don't understand how you get a 7-yard penalty. Most officials use the 5, 10, or 15 rule, but we're going to go with 7 in this game.
It's number 5 back into the game, and it's going to be a run to Larry Wilson, and he'll have maybe 4 yards, 3 yards even. And that's the end of the first quarter.
Trojans lead 21-0. When we come back, Valley Center 2nd and 10 on the 35-yard line.
champ.
Welcome back for the second quarter of play.
We apologize. We didn't have time in the first quarter. That'll change. As Lange gets a snap, heads it up. And number 26, Caleb Range, just has nowhere to go. He's going to lose maybe 3 yards. Trojans defense could really use a stand here, get their offense back, keep putting points on the board, get their point differential up, but this defense has been really good right now. As the Trojan defensive line swaying back and forth, disguising the pass rush. And there's going to be a flag call, and it's going to be delay a game, unless Valley Center was able to get a timeout, which they were.
Valley Center's first timeout of the half. Both teams have 2 timeouts remaining as Andover called one late in the first period.
Trojans right now really looking good on both sides of the ball. Very many times throughout the years have we seen dominant Trojan offenses, but none like this. 21 points in one quarter. That's how many points they had last week versus Goddard Eisenhower. Their offense clearly came to play tonight. Excellent training this week, and great turnaround by Coach Armstrong using the fuel of the loss for a positive.
I think a great week in the weight room really helped the Trojans prepare for this week.
Yeah, me too. Valley back up to the ball. On 3rd and 10. Lane drops back to pass. This ball deep down the field. It's going to be overthrown by a mile, and there's going to be a foul called. I don't know about that. That ball, to me, looked uncatchable.
Ball's about 6 yards over the head of the receiver, number 86, Caden Pearson.
As the referees tonight
are just blowing the game away. I don't know what they're doing out there. The 7-yard penalty, picking up a flag. Looks like they might pick up another one right now.
Looks to me like all these refs must have graduated from Valley Center High School, as they will not wave this one off. It's now going to be 1st and 10 for Valley. Apparently the referees are giving handouts now.
I think a steady pay is coming in from the Valley Center Athletic Association.
The Trojans defense here steps back out as Valley Center has a second shot. As there'll be a play action pass, and there is nowhere to go. As he's going to let it go, and excellent coverage on the play by Adrian Manny. Right before that ball reaches the hands of the receiver, is able to get it out. That right there is what Trojan defense is all about. Rush on the quarterback. Excellent play by the defensive back right there. As a defense right now, clearly playing like they have something to prove, not only to everyone in the stands, but to the zebras out there who seem to be throwing the game away. And that defense looks hungry right now. Valley Center changes the play, trips left, sinks lone receiver to the right. And this ball is fumbled off the start, and the throw and the hit on the quarterback. Underthrown and picked off. Intercepted by Alex Jones. What a catch there by Alex Jones. Excellent coverage. What a wonderful job right there for the Trojans to redeem themselves. No flags. First down for the Trojan offense. Alex Jones with an amazing play on that ball. His first interception of the year. and he's got to be excited about that one. That was excellent coverage. Ball underthrown due to the coverage on the play. I think the hit was applied by number 46, Grant Stair, on the quarterback. And Alex Jones, with an amazing jump on that, is able to pick it off. And now the Trojans are going to start at their own 13-yard line. Low snap, and it's going to be a screen out to Wyatt Turner, and he's running up across the middle, spun around the 16-yard line. Gain of about 4.
Trojans going into the wind, so don't expect any deep passes.
Second and about 7 right now. Varsity going to take the draw play, and he's got some room. Breaks the tackle, has got his way up across the 20. And there's a flag thrown on this play. This would really hurt the Trojans. This was a hold.
This was a hold that would not be unexpected, as the Trojans have gotten hosed on all sides of the ball.
Referees seem to have no idea what they're doing.
Trojan offense reacts, and it looks like it's on them. The official walking sideways. I don't know how he's keeping track of where he's at.
I think that was an illegal formation right there on the Trojans. And I don't know how. This is a short pass, falls incomplete to number 2, Aiden Hartman. Big third down here for the Trojan offense. This would be a tough punt for Slade Swan, who's a very good punter, ASN member. But still, this win tonight is brutal out in Valley. Henry in motion. This ball is a pass to no one.
He's just trying to get it out of his hands and avoid a negative play. Fourth down here. Slade Swan, a really good punter, but 20-plus mile-an-hour wind is not going to help anybody.
Slade is going to be punting from his own end zone.
The return man only 30 yards away.
As this was a line drive punt.
Let it roll. About 2 yards to the 42-yard line. That's where the Valley Center Hornets will take over on their next possession. 9:58 left in the second quarter. 1st and 10, Valley Center.
Run, and he's going to truck Slade Swan, and Caleb Brains will get all the way about to the 26-yard line. Another 1st and 10.
Gain of about 14 yards on the play.
Valley Center's got the ball around the 26-yard line of Andover.
Valley Center's first down of the game. Trojan's defense has just done a phenomenal job of containing them in all aspects of the offensive side.
They're just going to take the snap, hand it up to Larry Wilson, who's got some room up across the 20.
Wilson speedy.
Shakes the tackle, and he is hit hard inside the 10 by number 12, Alex Jones.
Just like that, 1st and goal for the Hornets.
as the Trojans clearly not having a good time against the run. Maybe they would fare better against the pass. Let's see if Valley Center makes that mistake. Oh, I don't think so. They've taken out Wyatt Lange and put in quarterback number 5, Parker Schrader.
No runs coming here.
As this ball is going to Larry Wilson, breaks it, and he is stopped right around the 5-yard line.
About 3 yards on the play.
And they give him forward progress to about the 3. Schrader under center in a heavy I formation as this ball barely gets it off to Caleb Brains, and he'll gain about a yard. And a flag is going to be thrown at the end of the game, at the end of the play.
Right at the goal line.
And I'm thinking that it's going to be on Valley Center. Officials deliberating around the 5-yard line. And the Hornets moving back as if it's on them.
Offsetting penalties, there's a personal foul on the Trojans and on the Hornets.
And they call that after the play, so that play is going to count. 3rd and goal for Valley Center from their own 3-yard line. And they are going to sub in Wyatt Lange back in at quarterback, 26 in the backfield. 4 receivers split out. And he's going to look to run it around the outside, and he's going to throw it. And a penalty is going to be called.
Another flag right on the goal line.
I'm thinking it's going to be on the Trojans in the end zone.
Flag here will give the Valley Center Hornets a first down.
Maybe holding on the Trojans, but I think there was maybe some contact before the pass on the left side. Yep, and he's going to be holding on the Trojans, but thankfully it is still going to be 3rd and goal just at about the 1-yard line.
Wyatt Lang in the gun, so I'm expecting the ball to go to number 26, Caleb Brains, who's also in the backfield. Quarterback keeper, and he's held.
There is no way that he makes that one. He is about a yard short.
Nice defensive play there by the Trojans. 87, Tyler Wilson in there to blow it up.
Let's see what Valley elects to do here. Will they bring the kicker out, or will they leave their offense out there? And it looks like they're going to leave their offense out for one final try from 1 yard. Let's see if this Trojans defense is going to be able to hold up.
The Valley Center O seems to have stalled inside the red zone ever since they got there by 2 big runs. Rolls out, looks for a receiver.
And he's not going to have it with the overthrows. And the Trojans are going to take over at the 1-yard line, 1st and 10.
Nice defensive stand there for the Trojans. Another flag goes flying up in the air.
And we'll see who this one's on. If this is on Valley Center, this is a detrimental penalty as they had the Trojans inside the 1-yard line. And it's just going to be a sideline warning against Valley Center.
It appears one team called a timeout.
Valley Center just with the original sideline warning. No penalty will be assessed on the first go. One more from that, and that'll be a 10-yarder, I think. The ball is still inside the 1 for the Trojans.
Still no indication on who called the timeout.
Let's see what the Trojans can do here. They were in a similar situation at campus, and Eli Fonestock was able to find a hole and rip the Colts for 55 yards on the first play from scrimmage on a ball just taken right up the middle. As they have Gumringer in the backfield.
First and down, Trojan start their drive on the half-yard line. Fonestock in the gun, dangerous situation here for the Trojans.
And an offsides is going to be called on Valley Center. Excellent job there by Eli Fonestock on the hard count, and he just made this just a little bit easier for the Trojans. That'll take the ball out to about the 5.
A little bit of breathing room now for the Trojans. Open up the playbook more. Same set for the Trojans. Fonestock remains in the gun.
First and 5 from about the 6 as Fonestock's going to look for a hole on the outside. He's got one. Takes it up across the 10 for a first down. As the Trojans clearly gaining some momentum here on offense. As Fonestock takes the snap, and it's a design route to Turner. And he is fighting for room, and he's going to fight for a first down, I believe, at around the 22-yard line. Excellent job there by Turner, fighting for the extra yards. They understand the magnitude of this game. Three receivers set on the left, one to the right now. As they now bring normally slot receiver Ben Smith in as a tight end. And he's going to block on this play. It's a screen to Wyatt Turner, and he's got around 4 yards on that play. Excellent job on the screen pass by Andover, really getting it working early in the half as he's going to be pushed out of bounds after a gain of about 5. Fonestock sits back, and the ball is nearly intercepted by Valley Center. Dangerous pass there by Fonestock. I don't know if that pass was necessary, as it was nearly picked off by the defensive back. Windish in motion across the left side of the screen. Fonestock drops back. It's a screen pass to Gumringer, and he's got plenty of room. Up the left side, 40, 45, 50, 40, 30, 20. He makes a move inside the 10. Good block by Cord Thompson. As he's inside the 5 for a touchdown! Excellent job by, and there's a flag called on the play. I think that's going to be after, but we'll see what the call on the field is. Excellent effort by Cord Thompson on that play, running all the way down the field to make a block. As the official is going to fall during the play. Don't know if that he was pushed by a player. I think he may have just slipped on the play. Hope he's all right. But there is still a flag on the play.
One of the officials discussing with 3 of Valley Center's players in the end zone.
Don't know what they're discussing. As for now, the Andover's touchdown stands.
I believe it was something after the play on the Trojans.
I wouldn't be surprised if this one was on the Trojans. There was a Valley Center player on the ground after the play. I'm thinking there may have been some late contact.
Officials probably deciding if they'd want to enforce it on the point after or the kickoff.
Officials still deliberating. Let's see what the call is going to be. As Valley Center's coach seems to be all the way out on the field, clearly concerned about something, as we've had a few minutes now with no word from officials or coaches.
Valley Center coach is on the field, and so is the Andover coach. Lots of confusion. It appears the flag has been picked up, or the head official is heading over to the sideline.
Getting the ball.
Now there's an official on the Andover sideline deliberating with Cord Thompson and Kate Armstrong. Cord had an excellent block, which set up the last 10 yards for Gumringer to waltz in.
The penalty is on number 51, Cord Thompson, for tripping a player after the touchdown, but it will be enforced on the kickoff. Say the officials.
I think it was a little confusing there. Thompson tried to get up after he had set up an awesome block, and a Valley Center player tripped over him, which made it appear that he on purposely did it, but I think it was all accidental.
And it's going to be enforced on the kickoff here, as David Kemp probably is just going to kick a touchback next time, as this kick is up and very good as he booms this one through. Wait, never mind. He missed it.
Wide left.
It looked as if from our vantage point that he made it, but apparently he missed it wide left. We don't have the best vantage point here from the box. Recapping the last drive's events, Trojans start on their own 1-yard line and turn it into a 65-yard screen pass to number 18, Blake Gumringer, perfectly set up by number 51, Cord Thompson, who then is going to pick up a personal foul call for tripping, as David Kemp now is going to get backed up on the kickoff due to that, and David Kemp misses the PAT. Trojans still lead 27-0 here in the second quarter. As this game, you can see, is beginning to get a little chippy down on the field between all parties.
Lots of flags, lots of energy coming from both sides. Now more confusion as both officials blow their whistles. The line judge and the head official are meeting about the 35-yard line.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Both teams have 11 players. Must be talking about time, maybe, or where they will stand to see the kickoff. As Kemp is going to stand back and kick it, and he looks like he's going to onside it.
Not a bad call as the wind is howling here tonight. Valley Center bringing players up to load up the box.
And he's going to kick it. Good fake here as that ball is picked up by number 86. Caden Pearson, he's brought down almost immediately by the special teams unit. Good job there on the coverage.
Valley Center takes over about the 45-yard line.
And looks like it's going to be a false start here on Valley Center. And there's been some discussion about David Kemp's last extra point. Many are saying that he kicked it over the uprights so that the officials couldn't see. And that's not his fault, but clearly he's got to know the league that he's in, and it'd just be much easier to send a line drive through the uprights so the officials could clearly see and call. Because right now, those points mean nothing. At the end of the game, who knows? If this Trojan defense holds up, we know that those points won't matter because they have really shut out Valley Center with stands on the 1-yard line inside the red zone.
Another flag.
The
official's not scared to throw the yellow towel tonight.
And this is another false start on Valley Center. Clearly, the front line for Andover doing some damage to Valley Center's confidence, as Valley Center has been really sloppy. First and 20 now for the Hornets. Wyatt Lange back in at quarterback with number 26, Caleb Brains in the backfield. 3 split out right, 1 to the left. As he is rushing, it's going to be a screen pass, and it's tipped. Tipped at the line by number 9, Isaiah McCory. Trojans defense really looking strong right now. Valley Center really struggling. After going 5-0 through the first few games, Valley Center went on to drop their last 2 and are well on their way to drop a 3rd straight. This ball is going to go to Larry Wilson.
Wilson
he'll hit outside.
outside.
He's going to be tackled by Kale Rischel. Great tackle on the outside, and he's not going to gain anything on that one. Excellent form tackle by Kale Rischel. Really special safety. Trojans defense really playing with a purpose right now. As the field is silent here at Valley Center, as the home stands are really feeling the effect of this rout right now. As Wyatt Lange is in at quarterback, and the Trojans are going to rush, and they drop back. Lange is going to get out of the pocket, and the throw is short. No flags on the play, because it'll be 4th and 20 for the Hornets. Lange does a nice job escaping the pressure there, but is unable to find a play downfield.
Trojans bring on the punt return unit. Back deep for the Trojans, number 8, Adrian Manny, and number 15, Parker McCafferty. Punting for the Hornets is number 44, Aaron Koch.
And he's going to get it up. Nice end-over end punt. Fielded by McCafferty, who's going to fall on it at around the 26-yard line, 27-yard line after muffing it initially. 1st and 10 for Andover now. As this ball taken by Fonestock around the outside, he'll cut it up to around the 26-yard line.
Gain about 6. Good tackle on the play by the kicker. Number 44, Aaron Koch, who also plays linebacker, really wrapped up McCaffrey well on that play. Still a solid game for the Trojans. Positive yardage, 3rd and about 2 yards. Trips to the top of your screen, Smith, Windish, and Hartman. The lone back with Fonestock, number 5, Peyton Henry. Henry on the left hip of Fonestock.
5 seconds left on the play clock, and he'll fake the screen. Deep down the field to Wyatt Turner, who makes the catch, makes the play towards the middle. 45-40, 35-30, 25-20, 15-10, 5, no flags. Touchdown, Trojans! Wyatt Turner with a nice move around the 50-yard line. Huge play for the Trojans, wide open. And the Trojans really starting to blow this game open now. 33-0 as it lies. As David Kemp sets up for the extra point. And that one is good. Trojans lead the Hornets. Let me repeat this. 34-0. Who would have thought? What a big game for the Trojans, really stepping up here. If this is what the playoffs is going to look like for them, I think that all Trojan fans are in for a treat. As this is definitely the best football I've seen them play all year, especially against a good team like Valley Center.
Trojans utilizing every single piece of their offense. The passing game and the running game is just opening up some easy throws for Fonestock, which turned into just huge plays. Kemp to send this one deep to Larry Wilson and number 81, Dalton Cross.
And it's a push kick by Kemp as it's up. And it'll bounce back into fair play, and it'll go out of bounds. As the Trojans special teams unable to come up with a recovery on that. Nice setup by David Kemp. Unfortunately, special teams not able to get there fast enough. Valley will take possession now on the 35-yard line.
Three minutes, 48 seconds remain. The Hornets have 2 timeouts. Can easily put together a scoring drive here if they use the right tools.
Lane's back in the gun. Caleb Raines right next to him. High snap, and he is chased out of the gun. Pass, it'll be caught by number 19, Larry Wilson, who breaks it across the middle. And he's got a big gainer up to about the 30-yard line of Andover. Nice job there by Wyatt Lange to extend the play. find a quick receiver in Larry Wilson, as that's a good gain there for the Hornets.
Lucky for the Trojans, speedy defensive back Preston Drake keeps a touchdown from happening. 3:32 on the clock.
Lange back in the gun. Looks at the sideline.
Checks down and calls a new play as he opens up his wristband.
And here we go. Here's the snap. Looks to be a screen pass, and he's going to be swallowed up by number 35, Slade Swan, and 87, Tyler Wilson. Nowhere to go there for Lange, even if he did have a play downfield. Just clearly not blocked around the edges, as this Trojan front, when given time, has really disrupted the Valley Center offense. Lange drops back. Nowhere to go with it again, and he's going to be brought down by number 32, Preston Drake. His first sack of the year. Excellent job there by the normal coverage safety. Coming up to block, is able to bring down the quarterback. As number 26, Caleb Rains, comes up a little slow on that play. Massaging his left knee, left ankle area. It is now 3rd and 23 for Valley Center.
Trojans really dialing up some pressure.
As a timeout is going to be called.
2:02 remains in the second period.
I think that timeout was called by Valley Center. .202 remaining. Lange back in the gun, drops back. Pressure, it's a screen pass to Larry Wilson. Swallowed up by Grant Stair, taken back to the 50-yard line. Nowhere to go. And this Trojan defense right now in the short game is just looking impenetrable. It's going to be 4th and 28 for Valley Center, who looks like they're going to huddle up for this play. As he's going to run 81. Dalton Cross is going to try to get something, and he is brought down at around the 42-yard line. Trojans now take possession, 1st and 10, from about the 42-yard line.
Minute 17 remains in the half, 2 timeouts. Trojans can get a couple quick passes and get out of bounds. Easily can score. Trips to the bottom of your screen.
Fonestock looks to be on the option play, and he'll try to cut it up, and he'll go nowhere on that play. Nowhere to go for Fonestock on that play. Maybe just moving the ball to the left side of the field, setting up a 2nd down, which I think that's what he just did right there. As they now have 3 receivers to the right.
To the top of your screen, the receivers are Hartman, Windish, and Smith. Timeout. Officials timeout. Respotting the ball. Looks like they weren't quite in place yet.
As this play by Fonestock roll out right. And he's got Ben Smith up across the 47-yard line, who's hit hard by number 19, Larry Wilson, on that play. Nice tackle there by the Valley Center defensive back, and that'll bring up around 3rd and 5 as we have a timeout called here with 38 seconds left in the half.
Third and 6 for the Trojans. Ball on the 46-yard line. You got 1 timeout in 38 seconds. Keep in mind the Trojans would be kicking into the wind if they attempted a field goal try.
I think they're going to try to get as much yardage as they can on these next 2 plays, as they have 1 timeout remaining, as it's a fake screen pass. Statue of Liberty, and that's
Henry
really
calls.
going to do no good there. To about the 50-yard line. And it's going to be 4th down and 6. No, 4th down and about 2. I think they're just going to let the clock run down. That's exactly what they're going to do.
There you go. The Trojans close out the first half on a 34-0 run. They're up 34-0. Nice half of football for the Trojans. Valley Center will receive, Andover will receive the second half kickoff. We will be back in 15 minutes.
Ladies and gentlemen, please direct your attention to Midfield. Tonight, as part of the Fight Magazine's Greatest Show on Turf program, scholarship, sitting sponsors Rusty
Brian always did. Get in there, Brian always got new pictures.
Sports, Walmart, WATC, and Fight are donating a $500 scholarship to the Valley Center High School Booster Club. Please welcome the Fight editor, Harold Bouchard, who is presenting these scholarships to the Valley Center High School Booster Club. And heck, thank you, Rusty and Ford, Fight Magazine, BSN Sports, WATC, Walmart, and Newton Orthopedics, and Sports Medicine for your support of Valley Center students, athletes, and Valley Center High School. This time, ladies and gentlemen, please direct your attention to the 50-yard line as the Lady Stingers will be performing the Girls Can't Help It. All right, ladies, your music is on.
And we are back. The second half is about to begin. Trojans are up 34-0 over Valley Center. Solid first half by the Trojans, and I think we can just go and whoop them again the second half and maybe even hit 100. We'll see what happens. Kick goes through the back of the end zone, and it will be a touchback. Trojan football.
Trojans take possession on their own 20-yard line after the kickoff by number 44, Aaron Koch. Ben Smith is in tight as a tight end, and usually from this set we can see a screen pass. And it's going to be a slant by Luke Windish. Is going to haul it in, bring it up across the 31-yard line. Nice job there by Luke Windish, taking control of the play. A 12-yard gain right there by Windish, and the Trojans are rolling. Low snap there. Fonstock will take it in on the draw. Let's take that up to about the 35-yard line. Fonstock looks to the sideline. Ben Smith in the power position. Comes across for and pulls, and Henry is going to take it up the middle for about 2. Third down. And about 5 for the Trojans here. Trips right. Fonstock drops back. Looks across the middle. He's got Wyatt Turner at the 40. Turner at the 50, 45. Cuts it back to around the 40, and he's going to fall forward to about the 39-yard line of Valley Center. 1st and 10 Trojans.
Wyatt Turner's having a great night tonight. Great touchdown in the first half.
Stock drops back, steps forward to call the play. Ben Smith is going to pull across the middle of the formation. Henry's going to take it up the middle. He's got plenty of room up to around the 32-yard line. Gain of about 7. As this offense is rolling, Valley Center really has no answer for anything that the Trojans have been doing. Fonstock takes the screen pass over to Hartman, who's going to see it go through his hands. 3rd and 3 now. Trojans offense really moving the ball well so far. Let's see if they can pick up this 3rd down. Move the chains. Maybe turn this drive into some points. there's going to be an offsides, it looks to be. Nice job there by the offense. Staying strong. And that'll bring up a first down for Andover. Ball it around the 27-yard line of Valley Center. First and 10 now for the Trojans. Parker McCafferty comes across this thing. They fake it to him, and
Wyatt Turner cannot grab that pass and pull it down.
tough play there by Turner.
2nd and 10.
Bonnestock back in the gun. Looks to the sideline. Low snap again. Bonnestock looks right, and he runs into his own defenders. And looks like there's going to be a flag called on the play. And I think that's holding on the Trojans. Number 52, Ben Brown, as he brought his defender to the ground. That one's going to hurt, moving the Trojans back. It'll be about second and about 22. Costly penny there for the Trojans.
Trojans set up. Smith is the power formation.
Come across formation. Bonnestock drops back. It dumps it off to Smith, who's going to be hit by Dalton Cross at around the 36-yard line.
Well-designed play for about 5 yards. About 3rd and 18 for the Trojans right now. Same thing. Trojans in a 4 wide receiver set. Trips on the left side. Hartman the lone set on the top of your screen.
And you got to wonder here, as this ball is deep down the side and dropped by Ben Smith. Could have been a big hitter. Falls in and out of the hands of Smith on that play, bringing up 4th and 18. And you got to think, with this wind, they might as well just take a shot. And
bring out the punting unit.
Yep.
Trying to pin him deep. Watch for a fake, though. Slade Swan, the punter for the Trojans. Nobody back deep for Valley Center.
As Swanen's punt would have
been inside the 10.
And it's going to be a false start. Looking to be on number 9, Isaiah McCory.
So I guess the Trojans a little bit more room. Slade doesn't have to restrict that cannon of a leg he has.
As this punt is up, and it's going to be a roller.
It's going to
inside the
beautiful.
20.
It's going to go right down to the 8-yard line.
Beautiful punt by Slade Swan. And let's see how the Hornet offense is going to deal with this adversity of being placed well within their own territory.
Good play call by the Trojans there. Pin the Hornets deep.
White Lange takes the snap, and it's going to be a screen pass out to number 81, Dalton Cross, who shakes a tackle and is going to break it.
About a yard short.
Yep.
The first down.
Second and about 1 for the Hornets. Lane's going to drop back, and he's going to drop the ground. And it's going to be picked up by number 46, Grant Stair. Another turnover for the Trojan defense.
That's Stair's second fumble recovery on the night. And how about that?
Defense really coming up big here for the Trojans as they now have the ball inside their own red zone. Ball at about the 9-yard line as Valley Center sputtering on both sides of the ball right now.
First and goal for the Trojans. Gumringer in the backfield. Twins on each side. McCafferty in motion. Fake jet sweep.
And that ball's right up the middle, and Fonasock is going to waltz into the end zone for the touchdown.
Touchdown, Trojans.
As of Taylor Eldridge, right now, if this result stands, as well as the result of Great Bend at Garden City, the Trojans are looking at a Week 1 playoff matchup back here against Valley Center. Watching this game, I think all Trojan fans would love to see another matchup against Valley Center, as the Trojans are really taking it to the Hornets right now. Although I'm sure they would love a home game. I'm sure they'll take a good win against Valley Center Week 1 to set up a big Week 2 matchup.
The Trojans right now are about in the middle of the pack for the playoff race, sitting at the 9th seed in the East, I believe?
West,
my bad.
Now, they could be a tough playoff matchup for any team. Played a lot of good games, especially versus Goddard, number 1 rank in 5A. They've had a few tough games against Eisenhower and against Capon. And they played a good game versus 6A Power Campus, who currently leads number 1 ranked Derby, 17-14. So Trojans right now really only have one bad loss, and that is to Goddard Eisenhower last week. But the point differential from that game will pretty much be erased from this game, as it is 41-0 right now.
Kemp, before the ball fell off the tee, only lined up about 2 yards behind the ball. So watch for the pooch or the onside kick.
I think there's a good spot right around the 40.
Another pooch kick.
And he's going to put it way high, fielded by number 19, who's going to break it up to about the 45-yard line. Larry Wilson with a nice return there. Slade Swan on the tackle. First and 10 for the Hornets on their own 44-yard line.
Lying in the gun, gives it to
Wilson.
Larry.
Wilson cuts it back up across the middle and is hit hard.
He's still up.
Still up. And he'll fight for around 6 yards on that play. Nice running there by the Hornet running back.
Trojan defense didn't quite get in there and wrap up.
Good run there by Larry Wilson sets up a second and short here for the Hornets.
Trojans in a 3-4 defensive set with linebacker Alex Jones lined up as a DN.
And it looks like this is going to be a screen pass out to Dalton Cross, which is going to be dropped. 3rd and 4 now for the Hornets. Drops back to pass, and it is going to be caught by number 86.
I'd like to give a quick shout out in the booth to our cameraman, Mr. Ben Johnson, doing a great job up here tonight. Thanks for being here, Ben.
I'd like to give a shout out to all those viewers watching from at home, around the country, around the world. We know this game means a lot to you, and we'd just like to say thank you for your viewing and for your support of Andover Sports Network.
Very thankful to be out here. You guys are really the ones who made it possible.
1st and 10 now for the Hornets. As the handoff is to Wilson, and he's going to find some room around the edge.
Larry with the quick feet.
Nice tackle there by number 10. Brendan Alfaro possibly saves a touchdown. It's going to be a 1st down. Ball around the 29-yard line. Dalton Cross in motion. It's going to be a jet sweep out to him. And he's going to dodge a tackle and get hit very hard by number 8, Adrian Manny, and number 27, Cale Rischel, after a gain of about 5.
I'd like to give a quick shout out to my boy Carter Champlin at home. Thanks for watching, buddy.
And it's a screen pass out to Dalton Cross. Cale Rischel is not going to bring him down, but he'll be brought down by a couple of Trojans. And that goes for a 1st down to about the 18-yard line. Hornets putting together a pretty nice drive here.
I think if the Trojans can hold the Hornets out of the end zone on this drive, might be the last time we see the first-string defense out on the field, as the Trojans might be putting in the backups.
As Larry Wilson out to the right side is not going to find any room. Maybe a yard on the play. Hand off to Larry Wilson. And there's going to be a hold on Connor Hall on the play as the Hornets will get into the end zone, but no celebration will occur, as there was clearly a holding on number 44, Connor Hall of the Trojans. That penalty.
10-yard penalty on the play. Holding was the call. I believe it was on the left tackle of Valley Center.
2nd and 19 now for the Hornets.
Places the ball down at the 28-yard line. What's going to be 2nd down and 20 now for Valley Center.
As they'll switch out quarterbacks for this play. Trojans seriously bring in some heat, and they'll pull it back. It's a pass play. Finds a wide open number 26, the fullback, and he'll fumble it, but it's out of bounds, and he is down.
Solid hit by 27, Kale Rischel. Man, you can hear that pop all the way up here in the booth. Yeah, Raines is definitely shaken up.
I think that might be in his rib cage or his midsection because his legs seem to be fine, but he doubled over when he was hit. Oh, and there's going to be a roughing the passer call on the Trojans that we missed. And that'll be a 1st down for Valley Center now at about the 8-yard line. All right, the Hornets back into their power I formation that they used in the red zone last time. They were unsuccessful last time, as this looks to be an option. And number 5, the quarterback, number 5, is going to take it, and he's going to find no room, maybe a yard, along the right side of his offensive line. 2nd and goal still here for the Hornets. And the handoff goes to Larry Wilson. It's a stretch play, and Jones is going to fall down around the outside, and Wilson is going to find his way into the end zone. As Valley Center's got their first touchdown of the game, and no flags on the play. Valley Center with their first score on the stretch by number 17, Larry Wilson. As number 35, Slade Swan, is going to come gingerly out of the game after that play.
Nice vocabulary, Cooper.
Kicker lines up the PAT, and it's up and good.
7-41 is the score now.
Windy night out here in Valley Center. And the wind in the favor of the kicker, you might expect this one, if it's not an onside, to go into the end zone.
Looks like Valley's going to try an onside, possibly.
I don't know what good that's going to do. Down 41-7, they are pretty much out of it at this point. He'll line this one up, kick it deep, and into the end zone. And the Trojans will take control of this one at the 20-yard line. In at quarterback now, another freshman, number 26, Jackson Nicholas. He'll take the first play up the middle to Gumringer, and he'll take that ball for about 1 yard. Nicholas back in the gun. Gumringer to his left. He's got Ben Smith in the wing power position.
1:46
Play
left
clock
in the third.
running down. And they just get the snap off with the handoff to Gumringer, and he'll shoot up to about the 26-yard line.
Solid pickup right there, about 5 yards. Trojans look at about a 3rd and 4. Timeout on the field. I think it was taken by the Hornets.
Timeout, Valley Center. Ball taken up to the 26-yard line. Will be 3rd down and 4 now for the Andover Trojans.
Got to give some credit to the play calling of the Trojans. Derek Bay signaling in some great plays today.
Nicholas in control of the offense now as they're subbing Fonestock out, probably to keep him healthy for next week. They already have had starting lineman Michael Van Arsdale, starting middle linebacker Casey Mays go down to injury.
Timeout taken by the Trojans. They were going to get a delay a game if they didn't take the timeout. Hopefully we can see what Nicholas's arm has in store for us, as he is the backup quarterback, just to see what we have to work with if Fonestock ever goes down.
Fonestock sits on the sideline now, watching his teammate. And Gumringer stopped in the backfield. He'll bring it back.
Powering through arm
Fight
tackles.
For some yards.
It's
I don't
about
think
1.
He's gained any on the play. Maybe 1, yeah. Still bring up 4th down now for the Trojans. As we don't really see anything from Jackson Nicholas on that drive. No pass plays.
Well, here it is, about 4th and 3, and the Trojans are going to elect to stay on the field. The wind is just howling, and punt here wouldn't make much sense. Never mind. It is going to make sense. The Trojans send on the punting unit.
Maybe it's a cut.
Swan with the punt.
Nearly blocked.
Hits it about the 48, and it rolls down to the 43-yard line. Solid pump by Swan. Here comes the defense once again, and it looks like it's the starters.
White Lange in the gun now for the Hornets. And he'll take it, roll out to the left. Plenty of time. He loads up a big throw down the sideline, and it's going to be caught by Larry Wilson.
Wow.
And that's
what
a touchdown.
Play. Not much you can do about that.
And the Hornets now with 2 touchdowns on 2 straight drives. And we'll see what Cade Armstrong is going to do now.
Good coverage by Rishel, but the ball was just placed right out of his reach and right into the breadbasket of Wilson. Nice throw by Lange.
Fonderstock looks getting his elbow taped up, warming back up, probably to go back in the game for this next drive.
Blocked.
The PAT is blocked by the Trojans, so the score will stay as is, 34-14.
Valley to kick away again. Kicker lines the ball up on the right hash. Trojans got their hands team lined up on the right side of the field. The ball is blown over once again.
This ball is an onside kick, muffed by Ben Smith, but right into the arms of Luke Windish.
Back out onto the field, the starting quarterback, Eli Fonderstock. As the Hornets have kind of started to claw their way back into the game, Trojans would like a comfortable cushion before putting in all the backups in.
Both teams have missed or blocked an extra point. So the score lies at 13-41. The Trojans have 6 touchdowns. And this ball is a screen out to Aiden Hartman, who's got some room. Breaks it across the 50, the 45, and there's a flag on the play.
Thrown in. Wow, what a toss by the official.
Nice throw there, and I think that's going to be holding on Luke Windish. And holding is the call. And from the spot of the foul, that'll move the Trojans back around 4 yards. First and 14 for the Trojans now.
4 wide receivers set. Henry is the back in the game. Henry more of the speed back, unlike Gumringer, who's more of a power back. And that's the end of the third quarter. Trojans up 41-13. They will start the next quarter, ball on the 39-yard line, 1st and 13.
As we start the fourth quarter, ball second half to the Andover 39-yard line. With second down. That's his first down and first base.
Ball at the Andover 39-yard line as this ball is an option. And Fonestock cuts it up, breaks it up to about the 48-yard line. Possibly enough for a first down. And yes, it is. That'll move the chains.
Great
Good
run
run there by the freshman. Back in the gun, number 16, Eli Fonestock back in the game after taking a break on the last drive. As this ball goes to Henry up the middle, he'll fight for around 4 yards. Nice run there by Henry.
Hello, everyone. This is Seth Rather, and I am joining in on the broadcast with Cooper Champ and Cooper Anderson. Boys have done a great job. You know, just probably the best broadcasters in all of Andover Sports Network, if you ask me. So I'd like to hand the mic back over to Cooper Champlin, but, you know, just like to give a special shout out to these two for putting their hard work and dedication, you know, all into broadcasting so you guys could watch this game. They're not getting paid. They're just doing it out of the goodness of their hearts.
Thank you, Mr. Seth.
Thank you, Mr. Seth. That was really kind of you to say.
It's a pleasure to be your acquaintance. Fonestock will take the snap, play action, pass it to screen to Ben Smith, and he'll break it up across the 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Trojans. Ben
Touchdown, Trojans.
And Ben Smith looks to have celebrated, possibly.
Too early.
Nope, the touchdown's going to count. He's going to score the unsportsmanlike, though.
Kemp to come on and try the extra point. Kick is up and through.
(13 to 48) is the score on the screen pass to Ben Smith. And I have a feeling he's going to have a word with Coach after this play about controlling his emotions. Great play by him through and through. Celebrated just a little bit too early, though. And that penalty will be enforced on the kickoff. But the Trojans move back, but I have a feeling with the wind in Kemp's leg,
it could still possibly get out of the end zone. 10:46 left in the fourth quarter. Both teams with 2 timeouts. Trojans up 48-13.
Now, who would have thought that? Certainly not me. I thought this was going to be a nail-biter, maybe a good game to watch for you guys, but unless, for all the Andover fans out there, I'm sure you're really enjoying this game, seeing a nice game played on all sides by our team, but in terms of an actual football game, I don't know. Score update on Derby versus Campus. Derby now leads 41-20. As Kemp's kick will go up and be fielded off the receiver's face and out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Nice kick there by Kemp as it sailed on the return man unable to control it. Another score update. Great Bend leads Garden City 20-8 in the fourth quarter. In that game, a win for Garden City brings a home game for Andover, a loss for a win for Garden City, which means Great Bend loss, which means that Great Bend moves to the 8th seed and Andover moves up to the 6th. And this ball is taken, and he is hit
Nice
hard.
tackle by Alfaro. Oh, and he is down.
Number 17, Chase Ramirez, as Brent Alfaro is going to be down, holding his face mask. And this does not look good for Alfaro. Trainers run out. And he points to his
Something
face
with his
mask,
helmet,
his
yeah.
head. Maybe a face, nose injury, or a neck. Hope it's nothing serious, as Brent Alfaro is a big part of the Trojans secondary that has looked very good, especially today. Head coach Kate Armstrong out to talk to him. He's able to sit up, shake his head. If I were to guess, he's going through the concussion protocol right now, as he's going to be helped up.
Alfaro gets up and walks off on his own power. It's a good thing to see for the Trojans.
I'm thinking it's a neck injury, as he's holding the back of his head, moving his neck from side to side. Hopefully, nothing serious, as number 23, Jacob Wolf, is going to come in to replace him. And here's the snap handed to number 17. And tackle misses. He'll cut it back across the middle, and he's going to gain a couple yards. Hit by number 32, Preston Drake. First down for Valley Center. And this ball goes out on the sweep, and he's going to be tackled up by number 30, Ashton No, a freshman. Nice job. Other freshman checking into the game. Number 25, Brett Albright, freshman, is going to step into the game. Number 41, Caleb McDaniel, stands in on outside linebacker. Number 54, Chase Robertson, in at middle. James Hansen steps in at nose guard.
And Ashton No, the other linebacker. Trojans really subbing in some guys now.
And driven back by number 54, Chase Robertson, who will need to come up big next year with the loss of a lot of senior defensive players. This right here, with the exception of a few players. And now we're seeing a no senior offense. So right now, folks, you're getting a good look at the Trojan offense. Trojan defense, mind you, for next year. With Cole Elder at defensive tackle. Number 61, Jacob Hamill at the tackle. Valley drops back to pass, and he is going to be held, I'm guessing, by Jacob Wolf. Yep, and their flags do come. Looks to be a contact. Wolf get tangled up a little bit before that.
Caleb McDaniel got there a little late, I think.
There's 2 fouls on the play. First one's going to be declined. Roughing the passer is the one that's going to be accepted. Also in on the defense now, number 29, Ethan Richardson, freshman. As Valley's going to pick up the first down on the penalty. This ball goes up the middle, and he's going to be hit and dropped. And number 72, James Hansen. A little confused on the play as Hansen. His number 60, Ross Mills, is now going to come into the game. Trojans have a pretty new front in there.
Mills listed as an offensive lineman, but gets stuck into the game as a left outside linebacker.
This ball heads to the outside. Missed tackle there by the Trojans, and he's going to reverse field. Flag thrown on the play, so this play might be nullified as he's brought down by Adrian Manny. But there is a flag behind the play. Looks like holding is the call.
Backs the Hornets up about 2nd and 13. Ball on the 46-yard line.
Here's the handoff. Brought back to the middle, and he's going to be
keeps going. Push.
Third and 3 now for the Hornets.
Nice tackle by Jason Collins.
And final score now from Great Bend. Great Bend 20, Garden City 7. That means that the Trojans will be playing here next week versus Valley Center. As number 71, Malachi Rodriguez now moves to the middle of your screen at nose guard. As this is going to be a sweep, moves way out to the edge, is going to be hit by about the entire Trojans defense. Good gang tackle there. As the Trojans have their pretty much JV defense in the game right now. Here's the snap on the counter play. And he's going to be hit hard across the middle. Gain of about 3 on the play. Here's the play. It's the handoff. Brought down by number
Nice
30,
tackle.
Ashton. No, nice job on the play by the freshman in his first varsity game. Big play deep in the fourth quarter. Brings up a loss of a yard on the play.
High snap.
Taken.
Flag. I think it's a false start on Valley.
That'll be a false start on Valley. As number 76, Will Belandrin, freshman, heads into the game now at defensive tackle. Here's the snap. Broken play.
Nice
And
tackle by
nice job
No.
No, really been impressive so far in his varsity debut. Coaches surely have to love seeing that out of a freshman. Possibly a big player in the upcoming years. As now we have in the wide receivers, number 17, Jason Collins, 84, Antoine Carroll, and number 20, Justin Drummond. Now with the carry, number 24, Tyler Miller. And that quarterback.
Miller falls down for a gain of about 1 yard. Number 84, Antoine. Buddies from Switzerland, foreign exchange student at our school, hard worker.
He's from France. Nicholas takes the snap, and again it's to Miller, and he'll get about one again. I doubt we see a pass play here from the Trojans, just trying to run clock off.
.235 left in the game.
And here's a draw play for Nicholas, who breaks
Quick.
it up. And he'll fall forward to around the 40-yard line, and that looks like that'll be a first down.
Bringing it down, first down. Nice run by Nicholas, showing off the speed.
Lots to build off of here for both sides of the ball for the Trojans. This ball goes up to Tyler Miller. He'll fall forward. It's time for about 2. This ball again up to Miller. He'll break it up around the outside. Got some room, and he makes a nice cut into about the 31-yard line. Good run there by Tyler Miller. His first chance to run around the outside. short yardage situation here for the Trojans with just a minute left remaining in regulation. This ball goes up to Miller. And I think he's got it with forward progress. He breaks him up to about the 30.
50 seconds left on the play clock. Trojans probably about to run one more play, and then that will be the ball game. Trojans in the victory formation. Nicholas under center.
And he'll take the knee.
And they're going to have to run one more play. And that'll do it. 2 knees to end the game for the Trojans. Got to see some new faces.
Really a lot to build off of there for the Trojans, especially at the end of the game. And the final from Valley Center. Valley Center 13, Andover 48. As we can expect to see this matchup again here next week as Great Bend defeats Garden City.
My name's Cooper.
My name's Cooper.
I'd like to thank you guys for tuning in tonight. Have a wonderful evening.